What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are here working on our 07 Hawkeye build behind me. We have a long block and it's ready to go back in the car. Well, almost. As you saw in the last video, we wrapped up getting the Group N transmission mount on the car. So we swapped out the OEM one for that. If you're interested in what that process looks like, you can go back to my previous video. I'll link that in the description for you. We have a little bit of work ahead of us still. We'll see how this goes today. It's possible that we could do a first start, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that yet. I still got to do all the fuel lines and everything. So, and I kind of want to take my time with that. I don't want to rush through it. And those can just kind of be like a little tedious. So we'll get through as much as we can today. And I think within like the next several days though, we should be attempting a first start on this thing. So I'm super stoked, super excited that you guys are joining me on this. I'm glad you've been tuning in and digging the content, digging the project. So first things first, we need to get this thing on the engine hoist and get our flywheel and our ACT clutch reinstalled before we can start dropping this engine back into the engine bay and start knocking this thing out. Stoked. All right, we're moving right along. Now that we got it on the hoist, let's get this flywheel installed. All right, so here's a little trick for you. When you're going to tighten these, the whole wheel is gonna wanna spin, right? Because it's connected to the crank, so it's gonna turn. So in order to torque those, find a bolt that fits in one of those holes right at the bottom. I believe this is like a 12 mil. And take a crowbar. You can find one of these pretty much anywhere, probably even at a thrift store. And feed it in there like this, and just set it on there. Now, when you go to tighten, it's just gonna push against the bar, brace against those studs, and not move. So you'll be able to tighten it. So we're gonna torque these to 52.8 foot-pounds. All right, so next we will install the actual clutch. It says right on it, transmission side. So you want that facing out. Take your clutch centering tool, stick it in there. You want to use the right tool for the clutch. There's specific ones, so usually they come in a kit. There's little dowels that you need to line up with on here. So you just gotta find those spots where they line up. Like that. All right, clutch is installed. It's all centered up. I torqued these down to 11.8 foot-pounds. And yeah, we're ready to drop this thing back in the engine bay. So I just went back underneath. I tightened up the transmission mount, not thinking about the fact that we were just gonna have to loosen it anyways, so we could jack the thing up. You just wanna jack it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see in there, but I did jack the transmission up a little bit. And it's just to give it like a proper angle in order to get those, the engine studs on the block to fit into the bell housing of the transmission, while also clearing the engine mount studs that go into the subframe down there in those holes right there. All right, so we have started to get the studs in place. That one's, the one over here on the far side, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark. It's in there quite a bit. This one's just barely in, so just got to keep working it. Friends, she's getting flush. Unfortunately, we already scratched her manifold. Damn it. I'm gonna have to touch it up. It's all good. Now we just gotta get all the bolts in. All right, I probably look disgusting. Man, that worked me. Holy crap. This one was a struggle for some reason. I had a really bad angle at first coming in. I had to like readjust it. But yeah, whew, goddamn. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that one here. I'm exhausted now. Obviously, it's not finished. It's not even ready for fluids or anything yet, but we're getting there. I think tomorrow we should be able to start this thing up. I'm gonna knock out all the fuel lines in the morning and start putting all these accessories back on. And man, we really should just probably by the afternoon be able to put some oil in it and fire up. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Sorry I didn't show a lot of that stuff, but there really wasn't a whole lot going on. I was just tightening bolts in the back of the bell housing. One thing though that I wanted to remind you of, because I've forgotten before, is don't forget to retighten the nuts on the transmission mount underneath, because you loosen those to jack it up to give you that better angle with the tranny. So anyway, yeah, thanks for tuning in. And if you like this video and you like the content I'm doing, please hit that like button. Also think about subscribing if you want, if you dig it. Whoa, I don't know what that was. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.